Welcome, welcome everyone. Here we go. So we're going to start from seated position. So grab your blanket, your cushion or your towel to sit on the edge of your blanket. You liked it, you can sit Sukhasana, easy pose this way. If it's too much for your knees, you're always welcome to have your legs in front of you. And let's try to keep the spine upright. So sit on the edge of your blanket, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and then slowly release the shoulders back and down. Let's have the hands to your knees and lifting the heart from the spine from the heart center. So have that neutral spine. Draw the chin slightly back and then slightly down. Let's take a moment here with eyes closed or eyes partially open, gaze towards the mat. Take a moment to notice the breath. Just feel the inhales and the exhales. Moving in and out. Allow the breath first just to be the way it is. The idea is just be aware and observe. Experience the breath within the body. And gradually, let's begin to slow down the breath to modify the normal pattern of your breathing. As we slow down the inhales and exhales, the mind will slow down as well. And that is the goal of yoga. You're welcome to engage Ujjayi breathing at any moment. And then release the hands down towards the floor, and let's bring the shoulders up, and then slowly release them down. Inhale up to the ears, and exhale, release and let go. Inhale, shoulders up and down, up and down, up and down, and flow the arms up and overhead, reach through the fingertips. And we're going to reach through the right hand, the fingertips higher to the sky as we stretch the right side of the torso, then flex the right elbow and reach with your left arm. And just sway gently side to side. We are mobilizing the spine, the shoulders, just moving as you reach through the fingertips. Find the movement in the upper spine, middle spine, noticing the muscles gently being stretched. The back of the spine, also the muscles in between the rib cage. Just a couple more times, releasing, swaying, and then sweeping the arms out to the side towards the floor. Now bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Shoulders up, back, and down. One more time. And then slowly hands down to your thighs. Lifting again, upper spine from the heart center. Lift the chin into the inhalation. Chin goes up. Through the nose, exhale, chin to the chest. Stretch the back of the neck. Inhale to lift and open. Exhale to close and stretch the back. And just keep moving at your own pace. few more rounds, mobilizing now just the cervical neck in between each vertebrae. And as you exhale, keep the chin slightly tucked in, and then rock the chin from side to side like a pendulum of an old clock. Different muscles mobilizing and stretching here. And slowly the head comes back through center into the neutral position. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side, interlace the fingers, place the hands to the back of the head, and guide the elbows in, and then keep the upper spine up, and then chin goes to your chest to go deeper into those muscles connecting with the base of the skull. Breathe long, deep, and full. Inhale, elbows out to the side. Keep the hands to the back of the head. Press through the left hip, and then exhale. The right elbow goes to the floor. Back through center with an inhale. Exhale, the elbow goes to the left. And just keep swaying again, moving the spine. As you go a little bit deeper into this lateral movement, lateral stretch. Moving, and make sure you're pressing through the opposite hip as you bring an elbow towards the floor. Keep your hips rooted down and just mobilize this torso, the spine, from the waist up. And back through center. Bring the arms to the side, down towards the floor. Bring the shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward and down. Draw the hands to the heart center in Anjali Mudra. Take a moment. Breathing in and out. And then slowly lower the hands towards the floor. Now rotate the wrist so your fingertips are facing to your shins. We're going to place the palms and the ball of your hands towards the floor to stretch the posterior part of your forearms. Relax and breathe. So you're gently leaning slightly forward to press it just a little bit deeper here. And then release, and then just shake your wrist. Now we're going to place the top of the hands on the floor, and again, slowly, gently leaning forward. Now we're stretching the anterior part of the forearms. And release, bring the arms to the side and flex and lower the fingertips up and down. Just flex your wrist, soften your shoulders and your elbows as you move your hands up and down, and then make a fist and rotating in one direction. Opposite direction. And spread the fingers, bring the hands behind you and do the crossing of the legs. And let's windshield wiper the legs, moving from side to side. Just slowly, gently. Moving the hips, bring the sole of the feet together, hands to your feet, flex the elbows, round the spine, bring the crown of the head towards the feet. Stretch the upper spine, the neck, the middle back, going all the way down towards the floor. Try to soften your hips, groins, pelvic floor. And slowly lift the head, lift the chest. Guide the legs together, drop the legs to one side, and let's all find our way to tabletop position. So here's the blanket or the towel neck, this time protecting the knees. Let's have the knees wide first as your hips and the wrist right under the shoulder. Make sure your wrists are not too close to your knees, okay? Find that length of the spine, wrists under the shoulders and knees under the hips, and let's rock back and forth a few times. First, with the knees under the hips. So we're mobilizing gently the hip joints. And then back to center. Now open the knees wider than the hips. Keep the big toes touching and then rock back and forth again. And slowly this time, move the hips to the heels. Relax your elbows towards the floor, forehead towards the hands or towards the mat or towards the block. And then take a moment here, Balasana, child's pose with wide knees. So as you breathe in and out, experience the belly, how it moves with the inhale out. And with the exhale, the belly sinks in. Just take a few more rounds of breath. And then from here, come back to table, have the knees under the hips, return to tabletop, and extend the left leg back. Press through the heel, engage the core, engage your left leg, and the right arm goes by your right ear. Take a deep inhale, and exhale, flex your left knee, sweep the right arm out to the side. Inhale, extend the left leg and the right arm by your right ear. Exhale, flex the knee, arm to the side. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, flex, sweep the arm in T. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex knee, arms in T. One more time. Inhale, extend the left leg back, right arm by your right ear. And then the right arm goes to the side, and then hands down, left knee towards the floor, and then move to child's pose. Relax your left wrist. Take a moment. And slowly let's return back to table. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders. This time, right leg goes back, engage the core, left arm by your left ear, inhale. Exhale, flex the right knee, sweep the left arm to the side in T. Inhale, extend the left arm by your ear, right leg goes back. Exhale, flex and sweep the arm. Inhale, extend and reach. Keep the abdomen engaged. Work with the balance. Exhale, coordination. Inhale, extend the left arm forward, right leg goes back. Flex the knee, sweep the arm to the T. Inhale, extend and reach. Keep the abdomen engaged. One more. Flex the knee and arm to the T. Inhale, extend and reach. Hand down, knee down, child's pose. Relax both wrists. Take a moment. And slowly, let's all come back to tabletop position. From here, elbows down, both elbows under the shoulders, interlace the fingers, tuck the toes under. We're going to go up and down into dolphin. So with the knees down, straighten the knees, hips up. Exhale, knees down, keep the toes tucked. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift the hips, heels towards the floor. Exhale, knees down. One more. Inhale, straighten the legs, holding position, dolphin pose. Crown of the head is pointing towards the floor. You're pressing gently through the heels, and you're working on strengthening those shoulders, triceps. Keep the breath flowing, this gentle inversion. Your head is below your heart, and you're slowly stretching the calf muscles, the Achilles tendon. Keep the breath flowing. And exhale, knees down towards the floor, top of the feet flat. Move the hips to the heels, sweep the arms down by your side. This time, allow the shoulders and the elbows to melt down. And if you can reach the forehead towards the floor, rock your head from side to side. Inhale slowly, standing in the knees. Bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, lower the hands towards the floor. And step forward with your left foot. Walk the right knee a few inches back. And let's work on iliopsoas stretch. Working with your left leg and lifting. So if you are leaning forward towards your left thigh, use the palms to gentle press and move the chest away. That way you're going to get the hip flexor on the right side open and release the shoulders back and down. Breathing in and out, concentrate on the breath as you keep moving the pelvis and the hip forwards. Breathing in and out. And lower both hands down towards the floor. Tuck the toes under. Right knee comes off the floor into the high lunge and we'll rock forward and back. Forward and back. You're pressing through the heel as you go back to go deeper into the stretch of that hip flexor. Now hold it there. Right hand goes down by your left foot. Inhale to open and twist to the left. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, open and twist to the right. Exhale, hand down. Now walk your left foot to the edge of the mat. Both hands are directly under the shoulders. And again, press through the right heel into that wide high lunge. And you are pressing through the heel to go again deeper into your right hip flexor. As you lower the hips towards the floor, you lift the chest and try to keep a flat spine. Watch your breath. Don't drop the head. Keep your neck in neutral position. Now lower the right knee down, top of the feet flat on the floor, and keep moving the pelvis down and lift from the chest. Deepening the opening and the stretch in the right hip flexor with the knee down. And the left knee comes to meet your right knee and you're moving into Balasana, Child's Pose. Take a moment to notice the difference between the right side and the left side. Inhale, lifting, coming to the knees, arms up and overhead, and exhale down towards the floor. Now step forward with your left foot and the left knee goes slightly back. Hands to your knees to slowly lift the chest and find the opening now in your left hip flexor. Elbows by your rib cage and you're lifting as you breathe and open, deepening the stretch in your iliopsoas, left side. Hands down, tuck the toes under, knees off the mat. And let's rock forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Keep your left hand down by your right foot. Inhale to open and twist to the right. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, open and twist to the left. Exhale, hand down. And now walk the foot to the right side of the mat, to the edge of the mat. Right hands under the shoulders and press to the left heel. First with the knee off the mat and then lift through the chest. Take a moment. Lower the left knee down, going deeper now, top of the feet on the floor, and lead with the chest as you keep pressing the hips, the pelvis towards the floor and forward. and the right knee comes to meet your left knee. Now moving into child's pose slowly, we're going to move the hips back and walk the hands to the left side, right hand on top of your left palm, and then hands, elbows, everything goes down towards the floor as you stretch the right side of the torso. Rib cage on the right side, muscles in between the rib cage. Just breathe and let go. And walking to the opposite direction slowly. Lift the chest off the mat. Now left hand goes on top of your right hand. Elbows down, forehead towards the floor. And just breathe here. And gently back to center. Inhale, come to table. Tuck the toes under, press downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, chin to your chest, and heels towards the floor. Inhale, heels up, and then lower the heels down as you press to the palms, lengthen the spine. Walk the hands slowly towards your feet. If you have your blanket like me, take your blanket off your mat, and then with the feet under the hips, bend the knees to bring the belly and to touching your thighs, holding from the opposite elbows. Allow gravity to stretch your spine from the crown of the head, cervical spine, upper spine, middle back. Everything is gently lengthening and releasing. Bring the hands towards the hips, chin to the chest. Inhale, engage the core, and slowly let's all come into standing position, Samastiti. Equal standing pose. Weight is equally distributed among both feet. Shoulders back and down, lifting from the chest. Take a moment here. And inhale, flex the knees, sweep the arms forward and up into chair pose. Straighten the legs, hands down by your hips, shoulders back. Inhale and exhale, flex the knee, arms overhead, keep the upper spine flat, and straighten the legs, hands down by your hips. Inhale, exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, hands down. Inhale, exhale, flex the knee, arms overhead. And straighten the legs, hands down. One more time. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, flex the knee, lower. And lower the hands to the heart. Lift the chest, holding position in chair pose. And exhale, twist to the left. Bring the right elbow outside the left knee and twist. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, and do the twist, straighten the legs. Inhale, flex the knee, move the hips back and twist to the right. Hook the left elbow outside of your right knee. Keep the breath flowing. Take a deep inhale. Exhale and do the twist, straighten the legs. Sweep arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive, fall forward. Uttanasana, relax your neck. Inhale, hands under the knees, halfway up. Exhale to fall forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, again, halfway up, 90-degree angle. Activate those back muscles and fall forward as you stretch. One more time, inhale, halfway up. And exhale all the way down. Reverse one dive, bring the arms to the side, engage the core, and come all the way up. Hands to the heart center. Reconnect back with the breath. Slow down the inhales. Slow down the exhales. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring the arms out and behind you. Interlace the fingers, slide the palms down and fall forward. Crown of the head towards the floor, hands and arms up to the sky. Take a deep inhale, lower the hands to the sacrum, lift the chest, and then standing position. Release the hands out and up. Exhale, fall forward. Uttanasana, hands towards the floor. Inhale, reverse one dive, engage the core and come all the way up to standing. Exhale, arms out and behind you. Interlace the fingers, lift the chest, and exhale, fall forward. Hands and arms up to the sky, crown of the head towards the floor. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands down, release and reverse one dive. Come all the way up. Hands to the heart center. Take a moment and breathe. And lower the hands down by your hips. I'm going to be stepping in a different way so I can be facing my screen. Now let's have the feet wider than your hips. Turn the toes out in an angle. So remember not to have too close, okay? Wider than your hips. We're going to work on flexing, strengthening, and goddess pose with arms movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flex the knee, flex the elbows, lower. Inhale, straighten the legs and arms overhead. Exhale, flex and lower in goddess pose. Straighten the knees and arms up. Flex and release. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, flex and down. Inhale, straighten and up. Belly in. Two more. Exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, straighten and up. One more. Flex and lower. Holding position, hands to the heart center, and go a little bit deeper. Breathe, lift the chest, work with strength, hips, legs. Breathing in and out. Soften your pelvic floor. Knees are pointing out and straighten the legs, hands up and overhead. Lower the right hand down and the left arm goes over to your left ear. Stretch the side of the torso. Right arm goes up and then lower the left hand down as we reach to the opposite side. Left hand goes up, right hand go down, and just keep moving side to side, swing. One arm at a time. The spine goes to one side and to the opposite side. Keep your hips stable. The movement is coming from the waist up. And then slowly, hands together down to the heart center. Rotate the feet. And then bring the right foot under your right hip, left foot under your left hip. And Samastiti, reconnect with the breath. Notice the feet, lifting the arches, making sure the weight is in the front and the back, distributed equally. And then lower the hands to your waist. Let's work with balance as we straighten the right leg out to the side. Rotate and guide the heel to the inner part of your left ankle. Lift from the chest, engage the core. Find a place where you can focus your gaze. And when you're ready, you can keep the toes down. This is a version of tree, don't worry. Or you can bring that foot higher, below or above the knee. Never in the knee joint, please. Don't put pressure there. Keep focusing on the spot on the floor. And then the attention comes to the breath. You can bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra. And slowly release the hands down, foot down, and let's mobilize your left ankle, your left foot a little bit before getting the weight on the opposite leg. Okay, now everything it goes on the right leg, hands to your waist, left leg goes out, rotate and bring the heel in. Toes touching the floor, perfectly fine for balance here. Find a spot on the floor and then slowly look for the version of the tree you want to be now in this standing on the right side. You can perhaps bring the arms overhead now with the shoulders soft and relaxed. Concentrate on the breath, please. Long, deep, in control breathing. And slowly release. Left foot down. Let's rotate that right leg, right ankle, one direction. And from here, let's all go to the back of the mat. Samasthiti, feet under the hips. Inhale, flow the arms forward up. Nice long spine. Pull the belly in, chin to the chest. Exhale, swan dive with a flat back with a nice long exhalation. The hands are going down towards the floor to Uttanasana. From here, walk your hands to the front into downward dog. Then from there, lower the knees down to table. And from here, flex the elbows by your rib cage and gently lower the chest, lower the belly, lower the hips, straighten the legs, bring the arms down by your side, and then rotate the head to one side to take a moment, reverse Shavasana. Just breathe here. And the head comes back through center and opposite side. And head back through center. Let's start strengthening muscles with the hands like by your rib cage, elbows in, forehead towards the mat. So as we come into Cobra, make sure that you're not leading with the chin so you're not overarching your neck. Try to keep your neck neutral. Feet and legs together, rooting down through the hips and the pelvis. When you're ready, press, activate those back muscles. Inhale, come up, perhaps hands off the mat. Exhale, everything goes down. Inhale, up, and exhale in control, lower at the same time, forehead, chest down. Inhale, slowly lifting. Exhale, slowly lowering. 3 more rounds at your own pace, linking the breath with the movement. So the slowest you breathe, the slowest the movement is going to be up and down. And then slowly let go. Release the arms down by your side. Relax. Turn the head to one side. Relax your shoulders towards the floor. Take a moment. Lift the head. Turn it over to the opposite side. And come back to center. This time, let's make a pillow. Stack one palm on top of the other one's, elbows wide as your shoulder height, and place the forehead to your top of your hands. We're going to open the legs and the feet wide as your mat. So this time, keep your forehead down, and we're going to activate the glutes and the legs to lift and up, going up and down to strengthen lower back muscles and glutes. So keep the forehead down, press to the hips, and then inhale, lift, and exhale down. Inhale up and down. Inhale, lift, and down. 3 more rounds. Slow down the movement, slow down the breath. One last. As under the shoulders, flex the knee, keep the knees wide, soles of feet touching, and press the palms to lift the chest, the belly, the pelvis, lower the feet down, and let's move the hips to Balasana to counterbalance that back bend. Relax your spine, relax the muscles, and just breathe here. And lift the head, the chest, and come to a seated position using the blanket to sit on the edge. Take a moment with the legs crossed. Let's rotate the head in one direction first, loosen up the neck. And going into the opposite direction. And slowly back through center. From here, from seated position, we're going to extend the left leg forward, hug the right thigh into the chest, and then cross the right leg over to your left leg. So the right knee, you hug the right knee with your left arm. The right arm goes up and behind you, rotating to find the space, look over to your right shoulder, and gently guide the knee towards your left shoulder as you keep the spine upright. The twist is happening from the waist up. Both hips are rooted down. But you feel, I'll keep finding lengthening of the spine. And slowly undo the twist, and then twist to the opposite side. Right hand goes down to your right foot, left hand behind you. Lift the chest and then twist to the left. Look over to left hand, left shoulder. Take a deep inhale and exhale, release, come back through center. Grab your right foot with both hands and straighten the leg up to the sky. Keep the shoulders back and down. Engage the core, engage your right leg, release the foot in control, lower the leg down towards the floor. Now hug the left thigh into the chest. Cross it over. And the left knee goes towards your right shoulder, the left arm goes out, back behind you, look over to your left shoulder, lift the chest. Nice, easy breathing. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, go to the opposite side. Left hand goes down to your left foot, right hand behind you. Make sure you're lifting the chest to create the space, and then look over to your right shoulder. Take a deep inhale. And then back and do the twist. Grab your left foot with both hands. Straighten the legs forward now. Breathe. And engage the leg and slowly in control, release it down. Separate the feet and do just some rocking the feet, the toes in and out. Just mobilize your hips a little bit here. And then flex the knee, and let's come to seated on the mat. Release, don't keep your mat, don't sit in your mat for this one. We're going to come to the front of the mat with the feet down, wide as your hips, and knees bent. So lift the chest. We're going to reach slightly back with this flat back. So we're going to link 3 movements here. Inhale, engage the core, lift the feet into Navasana. Take a deep inhale, straighten the legs, arms overhead, and then lower the legs down. Lift from the heart, fall forward, Paschimottanasana. Take a deep inhale and exhale, lift the chest. Place the hands under the shoulder, fingertips facing forward, and then point the toes, lift the hips and lift the hips and the hips off the mat. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bend the knees, Navasana. Engage the core. Breathing in and out. Take a deep inhale, straighten the legs, arms overhead. Core strength, in control. Lower the legs, lift the chest. Fall forward from the hips. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, lift the chest. Hands under the shoulders. Point the toes and hips off the mat. Engage those legs, lift the chest, and exhale down towards the floor. Bend the knees, Navasana, core strength. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs, arms overhead, lower the legs down, and then fall forward from the hips. Relax your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, hands under the shoulders, point the toes, and engage those legs and glutes to lift the pelvis up and then down. One more round. Flex the knee, boat pose, Navasana. Core engaged. Take a deep inhale. Straighten the legs, arms overhead, in control, lower, and fall forward. Relax your shoulders, your elbows. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, hands under the shoulders. Last one, pointed toes, press the palms against the floor, and then move the hips and the pelvis up. Take a deep inhale, and exhale all the way down. Bend the knees, let's go to the front of the mat, and from here, slowly, in control, with the arms forward, let's just slowly round the spine, gently, one vertebra at a time. Activate those abdomen. The muscle of your abdomen, and then release the head down. Arms to the side, bend the knees, rock your head gently side to side. And bring the head back through center. Take a moment, relax your shoulders. And let's place the left foot on top of your right thigh to IT band stretch. Do this for my neck. And then holding from the back of your leg or your shin, let's stretch the IT band. And then straighten the legs, place your left foot on top of your right thigh with your right hand outside of your left knee and the left arm in T position. We're going to do it to the right with the next exhale. Take a deep inhale and exhale, guide the left knee to the right. Just don't go too deep, just enough to get that twist. Back through center and release the left foot down. Now place your right foot on top of your left thigh, holding from the hamstring of the shin. IT band stretch now on the right side of your hip. And straighten the legs. Place the right foot on top of your left thigh. Left hand outside the right knee. Arm in T position. And exhale, guide the right knee to your left. Gently and do the twist. Come back through center. Lower the right foot down, the left foot down. Adjust your spine into bridge pose. So lift the hips a little bit to make sure your spine is in line, and then lower down. Come into happy baby. Grab both the outside of both feet, the outside of the both legs. Try to keep your lower back flat on the mat. So this is a way to stretch your lumbar spine. Chin slightly tucked in. And then bring the sole of the feet together, holding from the feet, knees out into Baddha Konasana. Slow down the breath again. Grab your big toes with your hands and open the legs out to the side in a V. If you cannot reach your toes, holding from the back of your calf muscles. Flex the knee. Again, bring the sole of the feet together. This time we're going to release them down towards the floor as we bring the hands to the belly. Slow down the breath. And guide the thighs and the knees in. Walk the feet wide as the mat. Shorten the psoas or release the psoas here. Open the knees, arms to the side, some windshield wiper movement. Moving the legs to one direction and the head goes into the opposite direction. Just few rounds of movement before settling in our last pose, which is corpse pose Shavasana. So from here, just straighten both legs, turn the feet out and bring the arms away from the body with the palms facing up. Take the time here to make sure you are comfortable in your position. Any adjustment, just make sure you are releasing and letting go. So your eyes are closed. You're letting go your breathing practice. Bringing the attention now to the toes of both feet, top of the feet, sole of the feet, heels, both ankles. Bring the attention to the shins and the calf muscles, the knees, the front and the back. And from the top of your knees all the way down to the sole of the feet, be aware. And then try to soften and release. Guide the attention now to the thighs, hamstrings, glutes, pelvis, hips, and pelvic floor. And from the top of your hips all the way down to the sole of the feet, allow both legs front and back to soften down towards the floor. Now bring the attention to your lower back, middle back, upper back and shoulder blades and the back of your rib cage, and do your best to try to softening all those muscles. The attention goes now to the front of the body. Relax your abdomen. Soften the muscles in between the rib cage and the front. Relax your heart. Soften the muscle of your chest, sternum, collarbones, and from the top of your collarbones all the way down to the sole of the feet. Allow your body to soften and to release towards the floor. Direct your attention now to your shoulders, the front and the back. Upper arms, elbows, forearms, both wrists, palms, hands, and every single finger. And from the top of the shoulders down to the tip of your fingertips, all the way down to the sole of the feet. Allow your body, front and back, to surrender, to let go. Guide attention to the throat and the muscle of your neck connecting with the base of the skull. Soften them. Relax your jaw, your chin, your teeth. Allow your tongue to soften down to the base of the mouth. Relax your lips and upper lip. Soften the nose, temples, and both ears. Allow the eyeballs to release down to your eye sockets, softening the eyelids, eyebrows. In between your eyebrows, forehead, and the crown chakra. And from the crown chakra all the way down to the sole of the feet, front and back of the body, inch by inch. Allow your body to melt down towards the mat. You let go into stillness. Very slowly, begin to deepen your breath. Rock your head side to side gently as you wiggle fingers and toes. With your next inhale, the arms are coming overhead, pointed toes reaching. Inhale, bend the knees, hug yourself. And slowly roll over to one side. The head comes last. And slowly always sit together. Keeping the spine upright. Eyes closed or gaze towards the floor. Notice your breath. Experience the gentle movement of the breath within the body. Be aware of the movement. Guide the hands together into Anjali Mudra. With inhale, let's open the arms, welcoming air, and exhale with me the sound of Om. Om. Inhale. Om. Open. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We're asking for peace, peace, and more perfect peace. We're asking for peace within ourselves, in our hearts, in our minds. We are asking for peace with our relationships. And we're asking peace, peace, and more perfect peace in our world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And I thank you all very much for being here today practicing yoga. Namaskaram. Thank you.